But starting with Chelsea, you would think Spurs winning 5-2 away from home would be the biggest story, but it isn't. The international break is now upon us. For everyone who's played today, that's it now. You've got 2 weeks off to relax. I'm a fervent believer that it's important for a team to win or get a positive result. Depends, you could be away to Man City and getting a draw as a positive result. But I think before an international break, it's very important to win and or get a positive result. And there are probably 3 or 4 teams in the Premier League that you would want to play at home before an international break. Burnley, because right now for me, they look shocking. Sheffield United, Luton, Everton, definitely Forest as well. They're good on the counter. They've got some decent technical players, got a bit of power in there as well. You could be beating them. And Chelsea are going to feel this hard. Their second defeat in the first 2 games of the season. Defeat at home against a team that is fighting relegation is not acceptable. For the money that's been invested, the quality of player you have purchased, and the fact you have a top coach. A top coach in POCH. This is an unacceptable performance from Chelsea on every single level. And the problem comes from one real place for me. Their inability to finish their dinner. Just 2 shots on target in the entire game. 2 shots on target. Forest had 3. Maybe even 4 with that last-minute shot from Elanga. 2 shots on target in 90 minutes at home. 13 shots blocked. And Jackson missing an absolute sitter towards the end. This is not going to sit well with Chelsea fans. They will be frustrated, and they have to be frustrated. And they have to criticize. And they have to apply pressure against their club here. Because you need to get the balance right. There is support, and there is backing processes, and thinking a manager is going to be good enough. And even believing that this team is going to come good is fine. But you cannot ignore performances such as that. Because this, again, isn't an issue with Chelsea not creating the openings, the opportunities, the chances. It's a lack of clinical edge. And with the money they've invested, they have decided to go right. Because they could have gone and got Victor Osimhen. They could have bought anyone in the world they wanted with how much money they spent. But they made a conscious decision to go for lots of potential players, 20 millions, 30 millions, 40s, 50s. And of course, a sprinkling of 100 pluses. That was the plan and the process, so you have to demand results. No one's expecting Chelsea to be as good as Man City at this particular moment in time. But they have to work on their finishing. They have to, as fans, apply pressure. I also think the quicker they can get Conor Gallagher out of their first team is going to be key. I watch him, and I just think he's a, how would I describe him? I'd call him a what is he player. What is he doing? What is he good at? What is his best position, really? He's a little bit meh, a bit beige. He's mahogany. That's it. Lavia, obviously not fit enough to play yet. Hopefully, from a Chelsea point of view, he will be after the international break. But they've got to get this right. Because as of right now, it's failing. And they have to bring more goals in. I thought Sterling had a decent enough game again. Looked dangerous. Outside of that, though, from an attacking point of view, it was impotent. Flaccid. They look like eunuchs. They genuinely look like a bunch of eunuchs out there today. I'm going to go to your comments on this coming through here. First one says, has Don the Clown crawled back into the hole he came from? Had to sit through all that crap he spewed on your show, Terry. Are you going to cook him? I'm going to challenge him. But you, the community, I'm hoping are gonna do that for me. That's kind of your job. That's all to laugh at Chelsea is what Rude Boy says. $1 billion team playing like a $1 team. Tepid performance. I think tepid's a fantastic word to use to describe that. I didn't want to blame Poch, but this is all on him. Stop playing a defender up top, taking off Silva. We are losing attacking edge as a result. Look, you have to put some of the blame on Poch because he is picking his team. He has purchased some of these players, and he's clearly had a lot of say over the course of the summer in terms of the additional people that Chelsea are moving for, and they're brought in, and they made, as I said, they made a conscious decision to not go for a prolific or recognized striker. So if you're not scoring goals, but you're creating chances, you're going to be ridiculed for it. You have to be. Dyke here says 0 attackers barring Raheem. Long season again 2.0 is what Dyke says. I back the project and expect the next months will be rough. Top 5 will be a blessing. Sort out the damn attack. And this is the thing, though. I'm really intrigued to see how sensible people can be with this, because I think today needs ridicule. But I think we've got to this point now with being fans on social media where as soon as you ridicule something, people expect the next words out your mouth to be sack the manager and sell everybody. I don't think it works that way. Not everybody's start under a new manager is perfect. History shows us that. You had Wenger that took over Arsenal and almost straight away was winning things. You had Fergie who took 4 or 5 years, because not every situation is the same. However, it doesn't mean you don't criticize. I think we've lost our ability to be balanced as football fans, but we'll see. Listen, again, Spurs fans can do what they want. It's not my club, but sorry, Chelsea fans, but there we go. It's because, you know what, whenever I think Poch, I keep thinking Tottenham. I've got to get it out of my head. Cuckoo went to Brighton, boys, and said, join me at Chelsea's graveyard and use them as a stepping stone for a big loan move later on. Caicedo. Yeah, I thought Caicedo had, again, just a very average game today. I don't think he was horrendous, but equally, I was watching it on Setanta Sport. It's the official Premier League streaming, but you don't get any commentary. I love it because you don't get anybody poisoning your ears with their opinions. But I forgot he was playing. So I've got no commentator every now and then saying his name, and I'm watching the match, and he just blended into the background. He was like a chameleon today. You couldn't see him. You couldn't see him at all. Alanga got more goals than Mudryk at the bridge. Listen, Alanga's been pretty good off the bench this year for Nottingham Forest. He really has been. Fair play to the lads. What a goal line clearance by Jackson. Oh, no. I mean, it was horrendous, wasn't it? I literally went out the room to put some washing on and came back, and I saw the replay. And as I'm looking at the replay, I'm thinking, oh, it must be a goal. Couldn't believe it went over from there. That will hurt him. DR says, what's the point of investing millions if we cannot score goals? Tired of these excuses. I want results. The top 10 are legit better than us. Joke. It's what. Listen, if Spurs weren't scoring goals today and they were missing chances and they were being wasteful, it'd be the same type of performance. I think the build-up play, I'll be honest with you, looks very similar, but there has to be something at the end of it. And Spurs have got their shooting boots on early. They're scoring goals. They're finishing teams off. And that's key. I know people don't like hearing this, but output stats are important. Goals and assists are so important. Like, without them, you cannot ever win a game. And I want to break this to football fans, but if you don't score goals, you will never, ever win a football match. Shock horror. Fuck, I didn't know that was true. It's the truth, I promise you. Chelsea are super depressing, is what Bernhard has got to say here. Yeah, listen, I hear what you're saying. Stop with the back five shit versus mid teams for F's sake. Poch is what Dyke's got to say. I'm very happy that this happening to Chelsea. My manager has been called a checkbook manager for a long time. All about money, right? Do you know what, Blue? I'm someone that I've criticized certain things about City in the past, but the one thing you'll never hear me say about Pep or about Jose was checkbook managers. It is a fallacy that just having money makes you successful. Again, if you listen to a content creator or a pundit that says that, my advice is unfollow them. Why would you listen to someone that literally is making up lies? It's crazy. It really, really is. But there we go. Spend $1 billion to lose to Forest. Embarrassing is what Tad says here. Listen, I get why you're upset. Long season coming, 0 attack, 20 attempts, 20 attempts and only 2 on target in the whole game.